Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the SBDX041, otherwise known as the Seiko and Beams collaboration 62 Mas reissue. And this is part of the 55th anniversary for the Seiko divers watches. Really cool collection, one of the most sought after collabs right here. So let's take a look. So right off the bat, I just wanted to say this box is really nice, really cool presentation box, and very high quality, really nice engraving with the Beams logo. You got the 55th anniversary divers logo, as well as the Seiko logo in the middle there. If you go over to the back side, you can see the price right there, the tag. It says Beams, color's black. And here's the price. It was 528,000 after tax, 480,000 yen before tax. Translates to roughly $5,000. And as you can imagine, getting this was pretty tough, and they barely come on the market. They're limited to only 300 pieces, so let's take a look. So when you open up the lid, inside you have the Prospex logo. It says Prospex, it's all engraved in here, mind you. Really cool. Attention to detail in this box alone is really nice. Here's the Seiko warranty card. As you know, this is a JDM only piece, so the warranty card is only for Japan. Some sort of protective foam in here. Then there's this plastic tray under here that you lift up. Here you are, guys. There's the watch. Beautiful. And the stickers are still left on inside here. So this watch is cool. It comes with a nice black Tropic strap. It also comes with a tan color Tropic strap. So that's a nice little bonus. Inside here, it says the history of Seiko divers watches, 1965. Then it has a little story there. You guys can read that. It just says divers 200 meter right there. All right, so let's take the watch out and take a look at it. Very nice. So this 62 Mas reissue came out after the SLA 017. And this one has a matte black dial instead of the gray sunburst dial that the other one has. Otherwise, it's the exact same watch as that. It's just the dial color and the strap. This one has slightly different hardware. Still have a signed crown. This one also has the new ever brilliant steel that Seiko introduced. So right after the SLA 017, every single 62 Mas reissue that came out had the ever brilliant steel. So it's supposed to be shinier, it's supposed to give it an almost white gold-like shine, and it's also supposed to be somewhat more resistant to scratches. As you can see, I don't know if that's the case. This one's a used model. Of course, I could not buy this new as it sold out pretty instantly, and the ones that didn't sell out were jacked up really high. Even those sold out, and then when I finally found one, there was only one available that was pre-owned, and it came in for a decent price, so I just scooped it up. So this is a triple collab watch, and it is between Seiko, Beams, and Shochiku, which is a movie and film production company in Japan. And the way that it's a triple collab is because Shochiku, which was a movie and film production company, which owned many movie theaters but also produced their own movies, had a series called Otoko wa Surayo, which was a very famous movie series featuring a traveling man. And in one of the films, which translates to It's Tough Being a Man, there's the main character, Tora-san, and he actually wore a Seiko 62 Mas in that movie. And that's kind of what this watch is supposed to be. So in the film, he wears the hat and he has the cane and the briefcase. And that's exactly what the whale on the back of the watch means. So it's actually supposed to be Tora-san's watch, and the whale is supposed to be Tora-san, which I think is a really cool concept. And Shochiku is a huge production company in Japan. And the reason the dial is this black color is because it's supposed to represent their movie theaters when they're screening a film and the theater turns pitch black. So that's why it's supposed to be this matte black, almost like a really dark gray color. So really cool inspiration behind that. And I really think that's a really awesome concept for a collab. I never thought Seiko would do a triple collab like this. Pretty crazy to see. And there you can see the Japanese writing right there, which I believe be for that TV series. And then right here it says Beams Japan. And I just want to compare this to the SLA 017. So I have mine right here, and you can see the matte black versus the gray sunburst. It is a very different look, and especially the straps. This one has a waffle strap versus this one with a Tropic strap. It's just very different. And I also have the tan Tropic strap to go with it, which I think would give it a really nice different look as well. So that's really cool too. And the hardware on the new one is this ever brilliant steel color instead of this black. And even the buckle, you could see, is way more detailed and has sharper edges versus the older one. So both cool watches, but both very different personalities and kind of different vibes. You still get that nice box crystal, you know, all the same stuff. I don't know if you could tell a difference between the regular steel and the Ever Brilliant steel. Maybe this one seems a little more wider, as that's what everyone's saying, versus this one. But to be honest, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's in my head. I feel like saying this one's wider, a little brighter too, but it could just be, I don't know. Could just be in my head as well. Everything else about the watch is beautifully done. You got the reflective indices and hands. Just really nice watch. This is one of my grails, so if you guys can tell, I'm extremely excited to have this, and I feel like I finally completed my Seiko adventure for the 62 Moss issues. These are the two that I always wanted. So the SLA7, of course, the original I had to have, but the matte black, such a nice touch to have in addition to it. It's a very different persona of a watch, I feel like. And I know people are like, why don't you just swap the straps and you'll feel like you have both, but they really do have very different personalities. I mean, the matte black is very different than the Sunburst Gray. Both very nice though, in their own respective categories. Also the date wheel. So this one has a black date wheel versus this one with a white date wheel. Black, I think, looks really nice too. I still love this watch, but I'm just saying this one, I can understand why. All right, let's get it on wrist and see how it fits. There it is on my 6.5 inch wrist, guys, and fits beautifully, super comfortable. And the strap is really tight on there. It doesn't kind of have this lump that keeps coming out like I have with the SLA017's waffle strap, which always has like a little bulge. So I can put the keeper all the way up, or I can slide it down and I will not have that issue. So this is really close too. It's not bulging out or sticking out or it's too long or anything like that. I think it's a perfect length. And the Tropic strap gives it a very nice vintage diver vibe and just a beautiful watch. Like I said, the matte black just gives this whole watch a very different persona. And I think it's just perfect. It looks absolutely stunning, guys. I'm so happy to have this. One of my grill pieces. If you guys see one for sale, highly recommend you guys pick it up because collab. I know it's a pricey one, but if you're gonna spend money on a Seiko and you have the budget for it, definitely one that I highly recommend. I've seen these going for 6,000–7,000 easily. So if you see something that's a fairly good price and one that you're okay with, highly recommend pulling the trigger on this. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. See you guys next time. Otoko wa Surayo, which was a movie series featuring